Mohammed Polo. And I remember the day of June 4th, 1990. And we are going to see that video soon. And Mohammed, thank you very much for your time. Now, I grew up in a football home, and I grew up sometime in the early 80s into the mid 80s is when I started being able to listen, to talk, and to understand. And my parents talked about polo. And at that time, you had left the country. I think after you played the 1984 African Cup of Nations, you left the country. So we came to see the other generation of Hearts players. Well, Opoko Free and Co were still playing for Kotoko. Hearts at that time, I think, was Robert Hammond. I think Robert Hammond was still there. Dante TV was the goalkeeper in those days. Ofe Ansan was there. Heseo Dampton was there. But our parents will always tell us, and I grew up in a Kotoko family, they always tell us when Hearts is playing Kotoko. And they will say, I don't know whether you speak Tree, but my father and his brothers, my uncles, will be whispering and saying that, oh, that's a polo niho there. And so I heard the name, this polo guy, polo. I didn't know. So then I went to secondary school. Then in 1990 or so, you came back. And we all rushed to the stadium to go and see polo. The polo that we had heard about, Mohammed Polo. One of the events that I cannot forget is June 4th, 1990 at the Accra Sports Stadium. I'll show you the video. It is Mohammed Polo. And some of us, I think that's the first time we saw Mohammed Polo. Later on, I had seen you many times at the Hearts of Folk training ground when you played with the Shamokwei team. I lived in Accra, so I watched Hearts every 2 weeks at the Accra Sports Stadium from the Osu stand, and I saw Polo, and I terribly enjoyed Polo. And I'll give you one example. Okay, let's see the game. After that, I'll tell you a story about Polo and the Hearts of Folk training grounds. Now, this video is very tiny, but we have to show it to you because it's very significant. It will be in the middle of your screen. The commentary you are hearing is run by Kwabene Japan, who was in our studio just last week speaking to us. Kwabene Japan at that time, that day, was the commentator for the Hearts Kotoko game. Incidentally, Flight Lieutenant Rawlins was a special guest of honor. Polo played for Hearts. Hearts took a 2-0 lead. The game ended 2-1 in favor of Accra Hearts of Folk. Here is the game and Kwabene Japan's commentary.
And Haas, Polo first touch. Opokwajiman wearing number 10. And Haas trying to work the 1-2 very quickly. On a very fast note, this match has begun. Kwekwedu first touch, Oli Rahman. Kotoko trying to play balls on the turf. Once again, getting a free kick. So Haas are playing two strikers up. Opokwajiman wearing number 10 has started the game. Alongside Henry Akwa, Mohammed Polo. From Shamokwei, Polo trying to chip a through ball. And it's Akwesi Apia. Oh, and it's there! Athletic Kuma scores under 1 minute. There was a mix-up between Akwesi Apia and Mohammed Odum. Athletic Kuma was there. Oli Rahman, robbed by Mohammed Polo. Much skill from Polo here. And Ralph Edie missed it. And it's Opokwajiman who has a chance to make the goal. And Odum trying to save it. Ball still being kept up. Oh, and he scored! It's Henry Akwa. 2-0. Now, how's it go? Polo was trying to tear away, but his intention was misread. And the ball is all being played in midfield. With neither side being able to tear away. Now, Hans is trying to do that. Now, can he do it? Oh, well. Referee looking for a penalty kick. Referee saying the penalty kick. for that kick is Joe Ado. Joe Ado is carrying the AK-47, and the man who's going to be shot at in this firing squad is Mohammed Odom. And Odom has punched away. After all, nothing came out of that. Too much confidence to try and see what they can do. So the scoreline still remains. What is the referee saying now? I don't know what the referee is saying, because if he says it's a penalty, then I will have to revise my ideas about the rules of soccer. I think it's Yusuf Al-Hassan who has decided to take this kick. He goes and comes back. Yusuf Al-Hassan. Beautiful one by Yusuf Al-Hassan. Very nice penalty kick. And now it's presentation time, and Chairman Rawlings raises the trophy to be collected by the Hearts players, and all of them want to get into the shot, so much so that we are not even seeing the trophy properly.
That was the magic of Mohammed Polo when we saw it at the Accra Sports Stadium. Mohammed, do you remember that game?
Yeah, I do.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, I think it's a game that when I saw it, I remember that this is a game that we should have scored about 4.
Yeah, you were very intimidating.
Yeah,
and,
because
before the game there was rumors on Saturday whether Polo was going to play.
Exactly.
I still remember that.
I was from
they
Dubai.
flew you in. So when did you get in? Saturday?
I came on holidays.
Okay, so when did you get into? You're already in Ghana.
Yeah, I'm already in Ghana.
Yeah. So the Spectator headline of Saturday was that will Polo play? And well, so when we got to the stadium, the conversation was about, in those days, not like today that they issue the lineup. So then we had to rely on Cabinet Japan and others to tell us whether Polo was playing. But those of them at the stadium who knew you, we didn't know you. When you came out of the dressing room and there was spontaneous excitement from the Hearts of Oak people. And that always happens when Asamoah comes out of the dressing room. But this was bigger. And Asamoah did not, you came before he did.
Yeah.
And then the whole stadium, they said, that's Polo. And we said, oh, that's Polo. Said, yeah, that's Polo. And so, oh, wow. Yeah, you were a bit heavy than you are now, isn't it? In those days.
I was then young.
Yeah, you were much younger.
Yeah.
And so then you started juggling with the ball, and we were watching, and I was a Kotoko fan, so I was waiting to see what happened. And then the first pass of the day was the goal. Kwesi Appiah couldn't handle the pass that you sent to Opoku Agyeman.
That is called a split pass. A split pass.
What does it mean? Because you were in the Hearts area, and you had the ball, and Hearts players were around you. We thought you were going to pass, and then you just kicked the ball in.
Yes. I watched the striker.
He started running, right?
Yes, started running. So I, spinned the pass. You saw that the pass was coming to him, but he missed it.
He couldn't handle it.
Yes. So that
it wasn't juju.
No. It wasn't juju.
Okay. You see, in those days we used to call something Malam goals and Malam pass.
Yeah.
So we were saying that this Polo pass there is a Malam pass because Rof Idi, the tall guy, was there. He could have picked the ball. He missed it.
Yeah, our passes are not Malam passes. It's a natural one.
I see, and you can spin it.
I can spin it the way I want it.
Thursday is the launch of the book. Let me have a look at the book. That's what was the title? It's entitled Polo, the Magnificent Story of the Dribbling Magician. And that's going to be launched on Thursday. We'll get our copy today, but we'll read it and then we'll have another interview with Polo then. But the story of Polo that we didn't hear, the 1977, the miracle of El-Wak. And the story was told to me incidentally by a very big Reverend minister today. I'm not going to mention his name. He's a very big pastor today. And he was with Hearts. And he was carrying the Hearts water from Nima. And he knew you quite well. And you were on the bench for the game. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes. And so Hearts had been beaten 3-1 away.
5.
Had been beaten how many goals away?
5-2.
Oh, you had been beaten 5-2 away. So you needed to win 3-0 to go through. And the visitor scored.
Yeah.
Yes, and so sometime in the second half or sometime late in the first half, you were asked to come in. Yeah. And then what happened? Tell us the story.
Yeah.
Was it 77 or 76?
77.
77, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is a match that one cannot forget. Mm-hmm. Because it happened in a way that, we're looking for 3 goals. Mm-hmm. And the game was played almost getting to the end of the full, game. That is left with only 15 minutes.
And it was 1-1, eh?
Not 1-1.
1-0.
0-0. And we need 3 goals.
And it was 15 minutes to go.
15 minutes to go.
Wow.
And that is where the magic starts.
This is El-Wak.
El-Wak. I have to go back. I have to go deep back.
Into defense.
Yes, and take the ball. You saw it even here. I give a pass. I give a wall pass. I give a pass and I take it. And then I have to outwit 1, 2, and give another pass. And whenever I give a pass, there should be a goal.
So that's what happened that day?
That is what happened.
So who was scoring the goals? Peter Lamte?
Peter Lamte scored. Anas scored. Anas scored twice.
Was Anas a striker?
It's not a striker. It's a midfielder.
He was a midfielder, but Peter Lamte was a striker?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the astonishing issue on that is that, because it's 15 minutes to go, we know it's all over. So people started going out. Then a first goal that was scored, then they
brought them back.
They brought them back.
Okay. Then the second came.
The second came.
2-0.
Yes.
1 to go.
Yes. And the last one was almost at the 89th minute. So that became a miracle of El-Wak.
Did you score that day?
I don't score goals.
You supplied all the 3 goals.
I create.
You were the assist.
I created. No,
but
at that time I created.
But you were the winner of that game. I mean, when we saw the newspaper clippings, it was Miracle of El-Wak and Polo's photograph was there. So how did you feel that Sunday night? Where did you go after the stadium? Do you remember? From El-Wak, where did the Hearts team go?
When I finish a game, I just go home and sleep.
Where did you live in those days?
At Nima, the shanty Nima.
Oh, you were at Nima?
Nima.
So when you got home, was a crowd waiting?
No way.
You slipped into your room?
Yeah, I slept, go there and relax.
Where do you get your understanding of football from? Because Polo, I watched you in the 90s. That time they said you had played so much football already. But apart from your dribbling skills, the football sense is what is amazing about your game. I mean, it's totally amazing. Now, when Diego Maradona created the winning goal in the 1986 World Cup, in the 86 World Cup, they played Germany in the final.
Yeah.
And Maradona was marked by Lothar Matthäus, heavily marked for the whole game because he was the star of the tournament. But during the extra time, he created a goal for Canija. And all our parents told us that that's like Polo. Maradona drew back. He was way back towards the center circle. The ball came to him in extra time. He did the wall pass, looked around, and then he split the ball. And Canija, was it Canija? No, Canija was 1990. There was another guy. Pompido also, somebody in the Argentina team. He scored the winning goal for Argentina to win the World Cup, and everybody said that was like Polo. The kind of sense and I saw Olabode Williams, who benefited from you in the 1990s so much. Olabode was just scoring. I think he was a goal king of the 1991 league. He was just benefiting from you all the time. And people used to accuse him at training grounds because he was quite lazy.
Lazy.
So at training grounds, he won't train, and he'll be chatting, and I will be there watching the house training. And they'll tell you that, do I want fair training? He said, Polo will do it. Sunday, Polo will give me the ball, I score. And you got to Olabode to score so many goals. Where is that ball sense coming from? As they say, ball sense.
I'm a player with different, qualities. I can score myself. I have a shot from behind. I can dribble. I can pass. So at any given time, I can do something differently. And that is why I have names like about, over 10 names, accolades. I do things in every match, something different happen. And that is Polo. And, I remember, the last time we met Kembediako, he said, it came to a time he has lost words to describe me.
Also, he coined the dribbling magician.
I mean, no, even the commentators, Polo to Polo and
yes, Polo to Polo. I heard that Polo to Polo.
Polo to Polo. All this,
When you do the measurements, what we call the susule.
You saw it.
As it was the Haskotoko game.
You saw it.
Yeah, you pass the ball over him and then you pick up the ball again. Exactly. So that's Polo to Polo.
Exactly. No. That is different.
That's different. Which one is Polo to Polo?
What did you say now?
The measurement.
The measurement. Susu.
Yeah.
Yes, you've given it a word.
Yes. That's how we were told when we were
Yes,
watching
you give it a word.
Esusule. That means he plays the ball over your head and
Yes.
he passes and picks the ball again.
Yes, it's another word.
Yeah.
And polo to polo is different.
Polo
also
to polo is different. Eh?
Yes.
Okay.
It's also
my
different.
guest tonight, Joe Gate, is very excited about you.
Oh,
I'd like you
yeah.
to do this autograph for us. But just before then, I'd like to disagree with you on your best 11 for the Black Stars. Those of us who are in the young generation, we don't agree at all. How can you have a best 11 without Abedi Pele and without Asamoah? When Abedi Pele was asked many years ago, who is his football idol, he said Polo. Yeah, Abedi Pele said that. Abedi Pele is very excited about your game. He said when he was playing for the juvenile team, is it Soso Falcos, I think? The Coast Club, he used to look for it. He used to look up to you. But you have named the Black Stars 11 without Abedi Pele. Who do you put number 10? Who's playing number 10 for that team?
It was not named. The person who gave the reportage, did the wrong thing.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
So who is the Black Stars 11? All-time great. That's the last thing we're talking about. All-time great. Who is
I
it?
never, ever.
Let's try and do it now. Goalkeeper, who would you give it to?
I don't do such things.
Oh, you
but
don't do that?
No. I don't do it because it's generation after generation.
Yes, but we can look at the whole generation. They always do it. The best 11 ever for Ghana.
Yes,
so
they want
pick,
to.
We can pick Robert Mensah for the goalkeeper. I think that nobody will argue with that.
What I did, the best goalkeepers I've seen.
Who and who?
Yes, Robert Mensah.
Robert Mensah.
Is there.
No doubt about that.
Yes.
And then, so that Robert Mensah is late 60s to early 70s.
Yes.
And then thereafter,
the names are there.
Saman-Pere was in there somewhere.
Yes, but
Joe Carr is in there
Yes,
somewhere.
Joe Carr is there.
Did you add Nana Benyi Crenshaw, who you played with?
I have the names there. I don't.
Okay, well, you want us to read
Yes.
it. Okay, so number 10. Are you an 11 or a 10?
I'm 11.
You are 11?
Yes.
So today, we will call you second striker.
Yeah.
Okay.
A winger.
Oh, today we'll call you a winger?
Yes.
Like Mohamed Salah?
Yes.
Like Sadio Mane?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's what you are, a winger.
A winger.
Is Abedi Pele a winger too, would you say so?
No.
He is a what?
It's a midfielder.
So he's a number 10?
Yes.
Proper number 10,
Yes.
okay. So in Black Stars, all-time great, Abedi will take the 10 shirt. No doubt about that.
That is your choice.
Is that your choice too?
No, it's not my choice because I made the best 10. I have about three of them. I made the best.
Who did you mention in the best?
They are there. So I
You mentioned Abdul Razak.
Yes, Abdul Razak is there.
But I think Abedi Pele is better than Razak.
No, the qualities are different.
The other day, I had Kwabena Japan, the commentator who
Yeah.
did the game, and I asked him about the same question. And he said something strange. He said Kukudazi is better than Manchester United's Rio Ferdinand. And we were fighting with him, and he was laughing at us that you people, you don't understand football.
Yeah.
Kukudazi, as a central defender, is better than Rio Ferdinand.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
I do.
You agree with that?
I do.
But look
They
at the
were
game we saw, Polo. It's so slow. Look at the Haskell game we just saw.
Yeah, that
It's
is
so
the,
slow.
that is the picture.
Is it a picture?
It's the picture.
Oh, that's interesting. It's a picture. It's not the
It's
field.
Not the field.
Oh, so
It's
the quality
picture.
of the video.
The video, the quality of the right, the
that's
quality.
interesting.
Today, the quality of the
video is
videos
better.
are
It
different.
captures it closer to the reality.
Captured everything.
And with HD, it captures it
Everything.
really. Oh, so it was not slow.
No. It's
On the
not-
field, it was as fast.
It's not slow. It's not slow. It's
I
different.
see. So it's the video.
It's the
that's
quality
making us-
of the pictures that makes
Wow.
the difference.
I see.
Yeah.
So your game was not slow.
It's not slow at all.
What about Asamoah? Would you pick him ahead of, say, Olabode Williams?
As Asamoah came in a generation where there are no strikers. Our time, the strikers that we have, George Alassane,
I remember him.
we have Opoku Afiri,
Correct.
we have
Kayode.
Kaide,
Ben Kayode, Olympics.
Ben Kaide.
Yeah.
You mentioned them.
Yeah.
And these are quality, strikers. But in the generation where there is only one, there's no competition.
I see.
Whether he plays or he scores or he doesn't score, he should play.
When are you launching this book? Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
What time?
5 o'clock.
5 p.m. at the Kofi Annan.
Yeah.
And all the general public is invited. Polo, that's you there. That's you there doing the thing you do. And you had the shot. That's it. You had the shot in your feet.
Yes, I have power. I have power.
How old are you these days?
65.
65. Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting. Did you make a lot of money from playing in Saudi Arabia and Dubai?
Yeah, no, not so much that, when we just paved the way for the Asamoahs and Abedis
To go and make
to
the
go
money.
and make money. But we have to be,
That's Polo on the ball again.
We have to.
That's a long range shot and it goes into the net. 30-yarder shot. Mohammed Polo was truly great. So on Thursday, do well to go to the Kofi Annan. And when you're going, please make sure you're buying the book for a big money. Joe Gatti is in the studio. He's going to do an autograph copy and pay a lot of money for the book, even though he has to run his own campaign. But he likes Polo. Mohammed, thank you very much for this opportunity. Thursday will be there. After Thursday, we'll call on you again and have another interview.
It's a pleasure.
Okay, so that's Polo.